Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Happy Catty Crypto here, and I'm seeing the same thing across the board. No matter where I go, I'm just seeing it, and no doubt you're seeing it too. And it's the same thing. I'm confused. Is Terra Station safe? How do I move to Rebelstation? And do I need to undelegate my coins to do that? And if you're listening to the videos that we're putting out, please share them if you can, show them to people and help other people get informed to understand that Rebelstation and Terra Station are one and the same. It's just an endpoint. So let's say, for the most simplest of explanations, that you actually did undelegate your coins to do that. Okay, so you will undelegate your coins, wait 21 days, and then you're going to send them coins to yourself. Okay, this is just as bad as sending an email to yourself. You're literally just going to take your own wallet address and send the coins to your own address. I don't even know if the system would let you do it, right? More or less it would. It seems so silly when you think about it like that, but that is exactly what you're going to be doing, because there's no difference between the two. And it really is as simple as that. Now, across the board, there's loads of people who are saying, things aren't working on Terra Station right now. I can't do this. I can't see this validator. The validators list is down to 100 validators. So the likely reason it's showing only 100 validators can solely be for the purpose of it's going through a major update right now and the system's very confused. But it could also be down to validators that just haven't upgraded their software yet, and they still need to upgrade it, as to which they'll be jailed, and then they become a jailed validator. So we can scroll down to the bottom, we can see there's a load of validators that are currently jailed, and this is probably because they're running out of date software. Now, when we were leading up to the whole hype around people creating nodes, I explained to a lot of people that this is a risk that you run when you run a node on your own, and you don't, so to speak, you don't pay someone to run your node, right? You run the risk of running all outdated software. We're very fortunate because the person that we hire our node through is All Nodes, and they're on point. They were leading the charge with all of this. But honestly, the normal situation in a major upgrade like this, there's normally a blockchain halt, for the specific reason that things are going to stop working, weird things are going to happen, and it can just instow panic. When there's a blockchain halt, people just automatically, there's something wrong. And then someone says to you, well, yes, there's a blockchain halt at the moment. You go, so they must be upgrading things. So in itself, a lot of people that might sit there from a developer standpoint and say, well, we didn't really need to halt it to do it. But from where I'm sitting, it makes total sense to do it to stop people doing panic moves and then panicking more from those moves. And the fear sets in even worse. And then it's not been helped by comments that have been put out in tweets saying, and TR will no longer be supporting Terra Station. And then further saying down in the comments, but Terra Station isn't shutting down. The majority of people are just going to read that initial comment at the top of the tweet, and they're not going to read anything else. Barely any people read thread tweets and things like that. The initial information you give out in that first section of your tweet is so vital, because all of this is having an overall effect on everybody. Okay, absolutely everybody across the board is getting affected by this, regardless of you being a delegate or a validator or just a node operator. You're taking a hit during this time, and it's just not fair that the smaller people have to suffer because of miscommunication between the higher powers that be, right? So in essence, right now, there's going to be loads of different things, like I've been saying, that are just not going to be working. And until we get a thumbs up from the correct people saying everything's tip top, we just need to wait for that. And that's why a blockchain halt is so important during times like this, because it really does make a difference when it does come down to these small things of stopping panic setting in. And the last thing you want to see is loads of validators that have worked very hard to grow their nodes and become profitable, right? to then struggle later on because of a simple miscommunication issue. So, you know, how can we avoid this in the future? Well, realistically, this all could have been avoided with very, very simple things that were to be done. But it just seems like the blame is going to it will just go round in a circle, and no one will ever sort of stand forward and go, you know, well, yeah, we could have communicated better, or we could have done this better, or we could have done that better. And I feel like it's never going to get anywhere or anything like that. So I think it's more important that we focus now on the fact that the system's going through an update and we need to be patient. Once that update is complete, everything is fine. Terra Station and Rebelstation are one and the same. It doesn't matter which one you use. Like, honestly, it really doesn't. They both achieve the exact same thing. It doesn't matter if I vote on Terra Station one day and then decide to vote on Rebelstation the next day. It just, there's no difference between the two. The situation with TFL, I'm trying to get some kind of direct line with someone there who can actually give us updates as to what is truly going on the TFL side of things. Because with the people that do have direct lines, it's just, you know, at what point are we actually getting correct information and when are we not getting correct information? And it is something that bugs me quite a lot, with the fact that this time it did get to a point of where it has caused a lot of damage, and all we can do is pick the pieces up and then keep moving forward as a community. Yes, we're going to have lost some people that have just simply thought, you know, I'm done with all of this. It's one thing last week, it's another thing this week, and I just don't want to be involved in it anymore. It's just a load of drama. So I totally get that. So I can't financially advise anybody with anything, but all I can say to you is that I'm not worried. I'm not panicked about, you know, my coins going anywhere. And this is another thing that people are panicking about, is the coins they have with a jailed node. Currently, because of the way they've been jailed, the likelihood of them being put into slashing events is they don't happen just at a click of a fingers. A certain amount of time has to pass before the system knows that you're not keeping your uptime and doing your duty as a node. So your coins are not held by a validator, they're held by the system. If a validator was to just shut down, those coins would be all ejected back to the people who had staked them. And there is a process for this. There is something in the tutorial section about this. I'm not going to go through it in this video, but I'll probably do an independent video on it for the Let It Burn channel and then share it out accordingly. But validators don't hold your coins, and your coins are safe and they still belong to you. Even though they're delegated, you're not going to lose them and you're not at risk of losing them. A validator in jail, being jailed is a bad term to use, I believe, because it just instills more panic because of the word jailed. It just means they've not upgraded their software, or something simply not updated correctly with the system itself. So I hope we've helped answer a few questions and queries and quandars and things like that during this video. Folks, stay safe, beware of scammers, beware of doppelgangers, anybody pretending to be me. Trade on facts where you can, try stay away from anything kind of emotional. It never ends well. And hey, look at everything on more of a positive note. There's less people delegated right now, which means everybody else who's still delegating is getting more rewards across the board. Remember folks, I'm not a financial advisor, and I'll catch you in the next one.